Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
Y'all know I had to do it. I was trying not to do it, but I have to do it. That scene with Spencer and Olivia at the very end of Testify, where she apologizes to him, is my favorite scene of the entire episode. And I gotta talk about what Spencer feels when he is telling Olivia no. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to talk about this because, or I was telling myself no, because I was like, yo, just give Olivia her moment. Like, you already broke it down from her point of view. You don't need to give Spencer's point of view because you've given Spencer's point of view on quite a few things. But something, I've rewatched the episode, y'all. I've now rewatched this episode 6 times. I think it's absolutely chef's kiss. It is beautiful, amazing. And when I was rewatching, I was like, yo, I gotta talk about this because yes, that episode was Samantha down. Samantha did her thing playing Olivia in this episode, but in this scene particularly, Daniel Ezra eats, yo. Like he eats this scene alive because it's so much more than in acting, it's so much more than just you reciting lines, right? The most powerful moments of Spencer are just when Daniel is receiving this information from Olivia and you seeing how he allows it to hit him in waves, right? Like you can just see it all on his face, all in his eyes, and it's so beautiful. So I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to try to keep it brief, but you know your girl like to talk. And I wanted to really just take a moment to talk about this in particularly and really dive into what Spencer is feeling while he's telling Olivia no. And you know how I do. I like to take it line by line. But before I jump into that, if you have missed my episode 9 breakdown, you can check it out right now, or you can check it out after this video. I'm going to link it in the cards above, description box down below. I also have a video breaking down what did Olivia mean when she said that statement of I have people waiting for me to come back and I know it's not I know it's my fault that you are no longer one of them. So I know y'all were asking me about that. That video dropped already. Have you watched it? Go ahead, jump in the description box or click that card above so that you can check it out. But make sure you finish this video first. And then also I have my Does Spencer Love Olivia More? So all three of those videos are just a great little trifecta to give you everything that you need and all of my thoughts and perspective and a little bit of a deep dive into what they got going on before we go into episode 10. So be sure to check those out. So when Olivia arrives at Spencer's house, she is coming to ask him can he ride with her to go home so that she can lessen the blow. So let's be clear, she was not coming there to apologize. She was coming there to ask Spencer's help. So that's that. He answers the door talking about you want a water or something. Dude has no idea what to say, what to do. He's actually happy that she shows up because now he knows that she's okay. But he's already gone to therapy. He's heard his mom out. He struggled with his feelings. He argued with her at the top of the episode over the phone. He has a lot going on and he knows that he has to now move different, but he doesn't necessarily know what to do, which is why I think we get this you want a water or something throwaway line, because he's just like, okay, you're safe, you're good, you're here, okay, but I also got to keep my distance. Then Olivia, goes into why she's here and starts to fumble around a little bit, and similar to like when they were in the car and he was just like, say what you got to say, he gives her the whole just say what you need. And in this moment, he definitely wants to hear her out. Part of Spencer setting up boundaries and part of Spencer doing better and not sacrificing himself is not him not hearing out his friends, not listening to his friends. He can hear her out, he can be there for her, but he also ultimately, I think what this episode was supposed to teach him is that he has a choice in what he does next with whatever information is brought to him. So right now, in him saying just say what you need, is him needing to get information from her so he can know how to moving forward. Of course, she asks, I need you to go with me, all of that jazz. I'm not going to talk about her dialogue specifically in this video, y'all, so I'm going to focus on his. And he responds, I can't. You got to take this next step alone. And that's the first thing. Like, that's the first roadblock that he's kind of put up for her. That's the first kind of no that he gives. It's the pulling back. And in this moment, she responds very entitled, like, you said that you love me, you should do this. And I am so glad that they actually included that and had that been her line, because I really wanted to I wanted people to more clearly see the manipulation that's happening. And when people talk about manipulation, or actually when I speak about manipulation, specifically coming from Olivia, I don't think that it's always intentional or coming from a malicious place, right? So, like, sometimes I think when people hear criticism about certain things or somebody calling something what it is, honestly, they automatically associate such a negative connotation to it that they reject it. And it's like, that's what she's doing. Olivia, in that moment, that line of like, you said that you love me, so basically she's saying if you love me you would do this. That is manipulation, it is selfish, and it's coming from a very entitled place. That's period. Olivia can do these things without being that person, right? Like, she doesn't have to be a completely manipulative person to have manipulative moments, especially because she's driven a lot right now by her addiction. And honestly, I'm glad that she responds the way that she does, because that is what gives him energy and gas to be able to double down and saying no. Because this was very, very hard for Spencer. Him not just running to her rescue, jumping when she calls, jumping when she says, hey, can you come do this? That was not an easy thing for Spencer. I hope y'all watch this episode, or watch this scene in particular, and see how hard this actually was for him. She makes a statement of like, I thought you loved me, are you done with me now? And he's like, no, I'm not done with you, I'm trying to help you. And that's as plainly as he can put it, y'all. He's trying to help her. He's trying to help himself. He's also trying not to hurt her. So you can see in the beginning of this conversation being started, he's using very few words because, one, he's trying to find the words, and then two, he's not trying to hurt her. But then three, he's trying to make a stand and stand up for himself and protect himself. And it's not until she says, well, funny, it doesn't feel like that, and she cop a little too, that he like, okay, bet. So we need to be real honest. Got it. And I just love the dialogue. He said, where was your love for me when you drove us drunk? When you asked me to put my life on the line with the cops? Where was your love for me then? And then that to me is where in the episode Olivia's whole perspective shifts. And you guys have to watch my What Did Olivia Mean When She Said video, because I really break down all of her dialogue in that video and how she was feeling, what she was thinking as this conversation progressed. And then Spencer continues, your addiction got such a hold on you that you're not thinking about nobody else, not even yourself. You're strong enough to fight this live. You're strong enough to go home and face your family. I believe that, but it don't mean nothing if you don't believe it for yourself. And then we have the moment after that Olivia does the first apology in this conversation, and it hits him hard. And I love how Daniel Ezra played Spencer receiving this information. Let's take a look at it real quick.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that to you. You deserve so much.
Truly, chef's kiss. And then he follows up with, are you going to be okay? Because he does care about her. He does still love her. He is not done with her. Even though, y'all, I am thinking that Spencer's going to go through a process where he's going to definitely reevaluate his romantic feelings for Olivia. He's definitely still in love with her, y'all. That did not just stop overnight. He got shot, things changed, and he was only able to see Layla in this mode, like in this broken mental place mode. I don't know if he's going to be able to get past seeing addicted Olivia after the things that have transpired. Now, I am going to reassess that statement as these episodes progress, because again, we only have one episode after this hiatus, so I don't have a ton to go off of, but that is something that definitely popped into my mind. But he does love her in this moment. He is still very much so in love with her. Erica's not saying that he's not. Do not jump in the comment section and scream and holler about how Erica's saying that Olivia is through, because I am not saying that at all. And before I finish this video, the meat and potatoes, I feel, of what Spencer feels is shown at the very end, when he has a quick little breakdown moment after she gives the second apology as she's walking out the door. And he has this huge one tear fall down his face. You can see him breaking, but then the moment when he wipes the tear from his eye, he gathers himself. You can see him trying to strengthen himself, turns around and goes about his business, because he knew that what he just did was the right thing to do. He knew that what just happened needed to happen. And while he feels broken, and this isn't just a thing I like to say about Spencer, y'all, that's what this seems like to me. He does feel broken in this moment. This is one of the times that he is broken, but is in a place where he knows that he can rebuild himself and he has a plan to do so. And all the events of what happened in this episode created the plan for how he's going to rebuild Spencer James. And we love to see it. All right, so that was my quick ish video of what Spencer feels telling Olivia no. Let me know now in the comment section what you thought about this scene. What did you think about my take on the scene, specifically Spencer's side of it and what he is feeling? Let me know all your thoughts, theories, and all of that jazz down in the comments. You know how we do. I'm Erica Vane and I post new All American videos every day, sometimes twice a day. If you're new here, you really need to join the tribe and hit subscribe. We have the most lit community on the internet. We talk about All American the most, the best, and the deepest. Period. If you missed it, I did a flash pre-order sale over the weekend with my very first collection in the Erica Vane TV merch line, specifically inspired by All American and some of our favorite characters. But it will be returning for all of you all who took advantage of it. Thank you so much for your support. You're absolutely amazing, and your orders will be on the way very, very soon. And be sure to click the link in the description box to get on my email list, because that is where all of our merch updates come out first. That's where you get all the newest information, any coupons, any giveaways that we're doing. All of that stuff will be on our email list. So make sure that you jump down in the description box, click the link, and sign up, because the second round, round 2, volume 2, is coming sooner than you would believe. And I'm very excited for it, with even more designs, with even more expansion. And you don't want to miss out on that. We're back to having new episodes, so I'm very, very excited for tonight's episode, as well as breaking it down, doing previews for next week. I also do have my episode titles video coming this week for the rest of the season. We have all of the titles. It will be 19 episodes for season 3. We get 3 more than we typically get. I'm very excited about that. And yeah, that's all for me. I'm going to see you guys in my next amazing All American video. Love you. Bye.